Hi friends, Krista here. Thanks for stopping by Books and Jams. Today we are going to be putting together my August TBR, and I cannot be more excited. First things first, we're going to take a look at my Flip and Roll TBR from July. And it is a sad day that I report I've only read one of these, The Quiche of Death by M.C. Beaton. I did not read Maud, I did not read The Pomegranate Gate, I did not read The Museum of Ordinary People, and I did not reread Hum If You Don't Know the Words. And here's the reason why. I think a big part of that is Catch-Up-a-thon happened, which is a readathon that I host with my friend Amy from Amy's Bookish Life, and we focus on Book of the Month books, or any portion of our TBRs, but Amy and I both focus on Book of the Month books. And that took up 2 weeks, right in the middle of July, the 12th to the 26th, I think, were the dates. And so I was almost exclusively reading Book of the Month books, which none of these are Book of the Month books. And also I was away for a few days at the beginning of the month for my birthday trip, which was so fun and so special, but it meant that I wasn't doing a lot of reading. And then I went away again for a couple of weekends to spend time with my cousins, and I just didn't get as much reading as I normally do. And I feel like I missed out because I had overstocked my TBR, both between Flip and Roll and my Catch-Up-a-thon TBR, and I just wanted to read what I wanted because it was my birthday month. So here's what we're doing. In August, I am not playing my Flip and Roll game. This will be the first month this year that I'm taking a break from it. I am keeping these, except for the one I've read. I'm keeping these kind of on my radar, hoping to get to them, because I do like to try to read all the books that have made it onto a TBR. I want to try to read them all because they're all books off of my shelves and I want to read them. But what I'm going to be doing instead is I'm going to be spinning a wheel of all of the books that have been gifted to me this year. So many of you have sent me books this year, both throughout the first half of the year and also especially for my birthday, which happened at the beginning of July. And now I have a huge stack of books that I'm very eager to read. Almost all of them were books off of my Amazon wish list. And so they're books that I'm super, super eager to read. So other than a few that I'm going to talk about first, I'm going to then spin a wheel 5 times and choose books that have been gifted to me to add to my August TBR. I will hopefully read more than that, and I can then choose from my past TBRs or just other books that have been gifted to me. But let's start off with the 3 books that I have to read for different reasons. First off is my Patreon book club book. In the month of August, we're going to be reading How to Read a Book by Monica Wood. I've heard really good things about this. I'm very excited to give this a go. I love a bookish book. I spun a wheel of prompts that my patrons had given me, and the prompt was fresh start, new job kind of a deal. And I'm like, oh, that's perfect because I will be starting a new job, hopefully. So I thought it was very appropriate that that's the prompt that I got. Found 3 books, gave my patrons the poll, and this is the one that won. This is going to be a really cool story, a deeply moving novel about second chances, unlikely friendships, and the life-changing power of sharing stories. So we're going to be following a couple different people, 3 main people. Violet is a young woman who had to serve prison time because she was driving drunk and had a crash that killed somebody, a local teacher, which is just awful. So Violet's getting out of prison and having to start her life fresh. And then we have Harriet, a retired English teacher who runs the prison book club, facing the unsettling prospect of an empty nest, so starting in a new season of her life. And then Frank is a retired machinist, and he hasn't yet come to grips with the complications of his marriage to the woman that was killed in that car accident. Interesting story of these 3 people connecting at this bookstore. I think it's going to be really good. If you're interested in joining in for my book club, my Patreon link is always down below. We would love to have you in that little community over there. It's a wonderful group of people. And then also connected with my Patreon, every month, some of my patrons get to recommend a book to me, and I put them in a cup and pull one out. And this month I picked out The Light in Hidden Places by Sharon Cameron, which is perfect because this is one of my 5-star predictions. So I'm really eager to read this one. It's a World War II historical fiction. I've read another book by Sharon Cameron, 1 or 2 other books by her, and really liked them. So I'm really looking forward to this one as well. I'm excited to have that on the pile for August. And then August is also a month for the Middle Grade March quarterly book club. And so in August, we will be discussing The Library of Unruly Treasures Treasures by Jean Birdsall. She wrote the Penderwicks series, which I really, really enjoyed. And I was sold this book by a bookseller in North Carolina who just raved about it. And so I'm really eager to read another Jean Birdsall book. In this one, we're going to follow a young girl named Gwen, whose parents are dreadful, impressively dreadful. So Gwen's not upset when she's foisted onto her never-before-seen Uncle Matthew for 2 weeks, especially when it turns out he has a peculiar yet charming dog named Pumpkin. And then things take a turn for the weird when Gwen makes a discovery in the local library, a discovery that involves tiny creatures with wings. And no, they're not birds. They're called Leducan. But why can only Gwen and the youngest children gathered for story time see them? I'm not sure, but I'm going to find out. So I'm really excited. Hopefully some of you will be joining in. We will have the discussion for this on the last Wednesday in August. And now we get to the spinner wheel. Okay, so here is my 2026 gifted spinner wheel. These are all books that have been gifted to me this year. There are 42 entries on this spinner, which is amazing. A number of these are nonfiction, and I'm okay with getting one, maybe even two nonfiction on the pile, but if it keeps landing on nonfiction, I'm probably going to spin again. I'm also not going to be reading books that are a part of series in August because I'm saving all of those for series September. So we're going to potentially have some bonus spins here, but let's go ahead and spin for the first one. Let me shuffle, 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 and spin. Bum, bum, bum. I'm so excited. There's so many books on this deck that I'm really eager to read. Yes. Okay, so here is The Isle of Ever by Jen Kalanita. And this may be the start of a series. I'm not sure, but I'm going to still put it on the pile for August. This is one of the books that my friend Melissa at the beginning of the year sent me a box with 4 wrapped gifts. And this is one of the ones that was in that box. I actually just remembered I still have one more to open. I will open it in my next book haul, whenever that may be. But I'm excited for this one. It looks like a fantasy, middle grade fantasy. 200 years ago, an island disappeared. Benny has just 2 weeks to find it. So Everly, Benny, and her mom have always managed to get by, even though they're broke most of the time, but all that could change. Benny's just learned that she's the sole heir to the vast fortune of Evelyn Terry, a mysterious ancestor from the 1800s. There's a catch, though. First, Benny needs to play and win a game. Following clues that are more than a century old, she must find her way to the tiny island Evelyn wrote about in her diary. It was somewhere off the shoreline of Evelyn's hometown, but according to legend, it vanished long ago and hasn't appeared on maps for hundreds of years. And Benny has only a couple weeks to locate it. If she's successful, she'll collect the inheritance. But what if there's more than a fortune at stake? What if Benny has to break an ancient curse to win? Bum, bum, bum. That sounds a lot of fun. A game, clues, mystery, mysterious island that has not showing up on maps. I'm very eager to read this. And thank you, Melissa, for sending it to me. This will be the first one of the 5 from my gifted books. Sweet. Let's go ahead and do spin number 2. Okay, I'm leaving Isle of Ever on the wheel, but obviously if it shows up, I will spin again. But we're gonna shuffle, 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 and spin for book number 2. I mean, technically book number 5, but 2 of the 5. Okay. This is the final book in a trilogy. This is the final book in a series, the Emmy Lake Chronicles. So I am not going to count this one, and we will spin again. I'm not going to pick that one. I'll read it in September, hopefully. There are a lot of... Okay, cool. Devotions. This is a poetry book. Devotions is a poetry book, and I am making my way through this. Renee sent me hardcover of this, which is going to be the one that I keep, but for now I have the paperback, and I'm gonna put this on the pile, but I'm not sure I'm gonna finish the whole thing in August, so we will count this as a bonus, and that means I still get 4 more spins. But I really love Mary Oliver's poetry. A lot of it is nature-based and introspective, and I just really appreciate her poetry, so I'm excited to have the push to finish that one. Let's go ahead for spin number 3. All right, we're gonna shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. I love to shuffle them up. Ba-ba-da-ba. Okay, so that's our first nonfiction, technically. Okay, this is another one. It's so funny because Melissa is the one who sent me the box of books, and it's another one that was sent in those wrapped gifts, which is perfect. Let me grab it. Okay, I found it. I was having trouble finding it because it wasn't with my birthday books. This is To Slip the Bonds of Earth by Amanda Flower. It is a historical fiction, I believe, set in 1903. Wilbur and Orville's flying machine is taken off, and we're going to follow their sister. The Wright brothers, Wilbur and Orville, have a well-known gift for inventing and a knack for getting in trouble. It's a good thing their equally brilliant sister Catherine has a knack for getting them and others out of it. Yay! So awesome that I'm reading some of Melissa's books. I'm loving this because I'm very eager to read those, but I'm also still hoping to get some of my birthday books on the pile too. So let's go ahead and spin for the fourth book. Shuffle, 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 and spin. What's it gonna be? Okay, another nonfiction by Melissa, a different Melissa this time. Let me grab this one. All right, so here we have Every Woman a Theologian. This is by Felicia Masonheimer. Know what you believe, live it confidently, and communicate it graciously. I'm looking forward to reading this, and I have been doing good with reading some nonfiction every day, getting back into the habit of reading nonfiction every day. I've actually been taking myself outside after I work out in the mornings, and so I am very eager to read this one. This will be just my next nonfiction that I pick up. And that is book number 4. Let's go ahead and spin the wheel again. Okay, we're gonna shuffle, 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 and spin. I have so many good books on this list. There's really no wrong answer, except a series book, which is what Amari is. So I'm not gonna pick Amari because I'm saving that for September. So let's go ahead and spin again. I love a spinner wheel. You guys know I love a spinner wheel. Any chance to spin a wheel. Here we have another series book. I should have made a separate one for series, knowing that I was going to skip them for August. Spin again. Dun, da, da, da. Okay, this is my current nonfiction book. I'm already reading this, so I'm not putting it on the pile. I will be done with it before too long, into August. That's my current, it's my current nonfiction. Let me go ahead and remove it since I am currently reading it. Shuffle, shuffle. I should have removed all of these and just added them back on if I don't get to them, but I plan on getting to them. Okay, another historical fiction. Let me grab this one, The Medallion. Okay, so this is another World War II historical fiction. Paula sent me this one. It takes place in Warsaw, so in Poland in 1939. The German blitzkrieg has shattered the city. Sophie awaits news of her husband deployed with the Polish Air Force. She's determined to keep her unborn baby safe. She didn't count on being drawn into the dangerous and all-consuming plight of her neighbors. So it's going to be just a World War II story, an illuminating tale of courage, sacrifice, and survival. 2 couples' lives are ravaged by Hitler's mad war, but forever linked through the fate of one little girl. And Paula said she loved this book, and so I'm eager to try it as well. Okay, so this is 5 books, but 2 of them are nonfiction. So I'm going to go ahead and spin 2 more times. We're just going for it. I just don't want to stop spinning the wheel. Spin number 6. Shuffle, shuffle. Let's see what we get. Give me a good book. All of them are good books. Okay. Cool. This is a Jamie Jo Wright book. Let me grab it. I know I already have a bookish book on the pile with How to Read a Book, but this one is going to be a little bit more mysterious, a little bit more suspenseful, I think, if it is anything like Jamie Jo Wright's other books. It's a dual timeline historical fiction, 1888 and a present day. The manor's rumored 100th door may conceal secrets hidden as deep as the estate's bookshelves extend high, but the haunted past has a way of ensnaring curious souls. Bum, bum, bum. In 1888, we follow Minnie, who finds herself beset by the dark superstitions that envelop the Pennsylvania mansion her father bought. And then in the present day, Tris eagerly steps into the role of bookshop manager in the mansion turned museum, boasting 99 doors. But her dream job turns into a nightmare when havoc breaks loose with the arrival of her brother's team of self-proclaimed paranormal investigators. This should be a fun one. I'm really looking forward to that. And we are gonna do, I think, one more spin. I don't think I should put more than one more on the pile. So let's just do the final spin. Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. Final spin as long as it's not a nonfiction and not a series book. Look at that. I put me. I put myself as the gifter of this one because I did pre-order this book, and I almost never pre-order books. But this is Freya Sampson's newest book, Most Ardently Yours. It's going to be a Pride and Prejudice inspired book where Mr. Darcy comes out of the book into real life. And our main character, Zoe, has to decide if she's more interested in this fictional boyfriend that she's loved for ages or this real life surly bookshop owner. I really love Freya Sampson's writing. I love her quirky characters. I love the mysteries that are always in her books. And this book came out on my birthday, so it was a no-brainer that I would have to pre-order this one. So I did, and I'm kind of thrilled that it got on the pile for August. Not gonna lie. So in this pile, we have 2 nonfiction books, a book of poetry and a Christian theology book, Every Woman a Theologian. Eager to read those 2 nonfiction. And then we did get 5 fiction stories, a middle grade, perfect, a historical mystery, and a contemporary bookish book. I feel like this is going to be a really fun pile of reads for August. I know July was a lighter reading month for me. I still did pretty decently, but not anywhere near what I've been reading the rest of the year. So I'm kind of hoping August picks back up and I will get to more of the pile of books that were gifted to me for my birthday, because there's so many of them that I'm super eager to read right away. But it looks like this is going to be my August TBR. So we have my book club book, my Patreon pick, my middle grade March book club book, the 5 fiction books from the spinner wheel, and then 2 nonfiction. What a great diverse pile of reads. I'm so excited to read all of these. I would love to hear your thoughts on any of these books or a book that you're most looking forward to reading in the month of August. And since 3 of these books are bookish books, if you've made it to the end but you're not feeling chatty, go ahead and leave some kind of book emoji. I know there's closed book emojis, open book emojis, stack of book emojis. Pick a book emoji to put in the comments below just to let me know that you were here. I really appreciate you for being here and spending a few minutes of your day with me. I look forward to reading these books and sharing about all of them with you in upcoming videos. Thank you so much for watching and being a part of this corner of the internet. It's the best corner of the internet, and I'm so thrilled that you're here, and I look forward to chatting with you in another video very soon. Bye.